To work properly, the JackBord needs a connection to the internet. So in this video, we're going to get your JackBord connected to the internet. To do this, first of all you need to make sure that your JackBord is charged, that you know your Wi-Fi access point's SSID and password, and that you have a PC or some other web-enabled device that you can use. You're also going to need the factory ID of your JackBord, and this is printed right below port B here. So in this case, our one is 10 small s capital J. We'll use this later on when we connect to the internet. First, we need to turn on the JackBord. To do this, you press the button here on the lower left hand side, and the two LEDs will turn on, showing you the state of the battery. And next, the activity LED will start to flash. Here it's flashing green, which means that the JackBord is in treehouse mode, and this is good. While it's in treehouse mode, the JackBord acts as its own wireless access point, and the SSID will be the JackBord's factory ID, which in this case is 10SJ. When the JackBord is in treehouse mode, the activity LED will flash green, and it becomes its own little wireless access point. The SSID that it will use will be its factory ID, which is located just below port B on the side of the JackBord. In our case, and for this example in the video, it's 10 small s big J, and they are case sensitive. The password for the access point will always be JackBord, all lowercase, all one word. The JackBord can't connect to 5G Wi-Fi access points. If you find that you're having troubles connecting, check to make sure that the SSID that you're using is not a 5G one. On your phone, go to the Wi-Fi settings page where you can see a list of the available access points. You should see the access point ID for your JackBord. In our case, it's the one at the bottom, which is 10SJ. At your phone's password prompt, enter the JackBord's Wi-Fi password, which is JackBord, all lowercase, all one word. Then click on Join, and you'll be connected to the JackBord's wireless hotspot. Next, you need to open your web browser so that you can connect to the JackBord. Once your browser is open, at the address bar, type in 192.168.4.1. This is the IP address of the JackBord. Then go to this site. You will be taken to the JackBord's Wi-Fi access point setup page, which looks like this. For this example, we're going to connect to a wireless access point called Tree, and the password is trees-rule. Yours will be different, and you can usually find the SSID and password details of your router on the router itself. Have a look on the side. Type the SSID of your access point at the AP SSID prompt as shown here. In our case, we're going to use Tree. At the APPW prompt, enter the password for your wireless access point. In our case, it's trees-rule. Once you've entered the details, click on the Save button, and the JackBord will check your settings. It will display any issues in the wee text window below. Once the Wi-Fi details have been saved, click on the Reboot into World Mode button, and the JackBord will reboot. The JackBord will show you that it's rebooting, and once it's running again, it will try and connect to the internet. When it's rebooted, the JackBord will start, and the user and activity LEDs will show you the current state of the battery. Then the activity LED will start to flash purple, which indicates that it's trying to connect to your Wi-Fi network. Once it's connected, it will start to flash white, like here. This means that the JackBord is connected to your Wi-Fi and therefore the internet, and is ready to be adopted, and we'll cover this in the next video. If you find that your JackBord does not connect to the internet, in other words, the activity LED just continues to flash purple, you'll need to try the process you've just done again. But when you do, First of all, check to make sure that your wireless access point is not 5G. Check the AP, SSID and password to make sure they're correct. And if you're still having troubles, try setting up your cell phone as a wireless hotspot and connecting to that. Now that we've got the JackBord connected to the internet, we need to adopt it using the dashboard, which we'll start doing in the next video. In the meantime, for more help or ideas, go to www.jackbord.org.